All right, so let's go ahead and go over everything that I've changed. So the one most important part is the front end. Went with the RockShox. So that's a huge upgrade, changing out the front fork to something very, you know, usable. So I went with the RockShox. 100 mils worth of travel, because this is a cross-country bike. I've never used the amount of travel on this bike, so I'm not very tall, so 100 millimeters work for me. 120 would be great, but it would lift the front end a little bit. Went with the 720 wake bars with the wake stem, and you know, just all bolted up nice. Jessica headset, top and bottom, grips, like I said, trigger shifter, 7-speed trigger shifter. Switched it out to the 7-speed Mega Drive, which is 34 tooth, gives you a little more low climbing gear. Went with a 30, let's see, what is it, 34 tooth on the front. So again, climbing gives you that ability. Went with the Fokker knockoff pedals, matching green. Let's see, the other thing that's really cool is these brakes. These are the Buckalos Zoom semi-hydraulic brakes. Just bolt and play, plug and play. These things bolt right up to the Hyper. They're semi-hydraulic, so what that means is the brakes that are on here are mechanical, so only one side closes and it pushes the disc to the other side, and that's what kind of starts bending that disc and creates that squeal and that you know, really bad braking on these bikes, because only one side of the pad is squeezing, if that makes sense. On hydraulics, even semi-hydraulics, they both squeeze together onto the disc, front and back. So on these, I just swap out the pads. Once they go bad, I swap them out. Shimano pads fit right in here on these brakes. And then maybe 2 swap outs of pads, maybe even 1. I just buy a whole set of new brakes. They're only like 50 bucks. They're not a whole lot, because these little rubber things, you can see this one's starting to wear right there. I just replace them. They're like 50 bucks, no big deal. Again, the battery, this is the battery that came off the little Radster bike. Still got full charge on there. My little dropper post that is just like handheld, and that's it. So today we're out here. We're going to review the Hyper 29er e-bike. This will be a 4-year review. I've had this bike now for 4 years. Purchased it in 2022. My wife purchased her 26-inch Hyper e-bike, e-ride, in 2020. And I was riding my analog, and I just couldn't keep up with her anymore. So I broke down and purchased the 29er, and then did all the upgrades that we went over. But this bike is a beast, and is so capable and fun to ride. I ride it now as my backup, and for guests, riders in town, if I have a friend. But very capable bike, fun to ride. Can ride any trails. This is the Landmine Loop, which is a blue trail. Lots of chunk, a little bit of flow, ebb and flow, up and down, loose rock, steep climbs, but yet the bike just rides it like it's any other bike. The only difference between this bike and my Trek is my Trek's a mid-drive. It's got some few better components on it. But I still ride the same trails. I mean, I wouldn't take this thing off any drops. I don't really do drops on my Trek, so it's not my style. I'm more of an XC type of rider, like this stuff. And I'm just out for the exercise and out to have fun. I think this bike does give me better exercise. And I take it out and ride just to keep the batteries fresh. I do keep the batteries in my house, in my office, charged to about 60 to 75% at all times, and then use them every so often without allowing them to sit too long. And then I do take my wife's bike out on occasions, even though it's a little small for me. I take it out just to make sure everything's riding good. I got her bike fixed up and capable as well. I'm probably ready to replace her shock here pretty soon. I got a Sun Tour on there now. It's okay, but it's getting old, and so I think it's time to replace it. I just got to find the right shock. But yeah, other than that, these bikes are fun. Up there's some donkeys and just crossed right in front of us. Hey donkeys, what we doing, boys? Hello, hi, what are we doing? You guys just ran right in front of me. You guys have fun, okay? Be good. Go ahead. See ya. That's cool. Couple donkeys ran right in front of me. You see them out a lot when the weather's good like this. There's been tons of them. That was a little heavy on the front end. But yeah, this bike's fun. I don't have any apps on as far as miles go, but I think I'm about maybe 5 miles, 6 miles in maybe. So I'm doing pretty good battery wise. I do have the second battery with me on my backpack. I always have it with me just in case. I'm used to carrying a heavy backpack because I don't have a water backpack. So I put all my waters in my backpack anyway. So by adding a battery in there's not a big deal. So if we go somewhere, me and my wife, and I'm on the trek, I take both batteries just in case. If she wants to ride in full power, she can. If we're climbing a lot, she doesn't ride as much, so. We do have some cool rides planned for 2026, so please subscribe if you are a Hyper e-bike e-ride owner or are thinking about purchasing one of these. Please subscribe to my channel because we do cool rides, cool excursions, and how-to videos and reviews and things like that on these bikes that can help you. Yeah, look at that. Nice red dirt right here. This will be fun. Trigger shifter, first to third, no problem. Get rid of that spin shifter that it came with. Massive budget e-bike here. And now it's capable of some trail rides without worrying about it flattening or whatever. So speaking of flats, it isn't tubeless because these bikes aren't set up for tubeless. Even though the tires are tubeless ready, the rims aren't. So I run the extra thick thornless tires or tubes, and they've done pretty good. And then I always have an extra one in my backpack just in case, because you still will get flat. You still can get a flat. So you always have to be prepared when you're out far out to be able to fix and get yourself back to the trailhead, even if that means huffing and puffing and walking your bike back. But other than that, this thing is fun. It is a beast. We're on a trail right now called Little Daytona, and I'm gonna take this and then cut back up Middle Fork, or down Middle Fork, I should say. I got you. How you doing, man? Oh, how's it going? Oh, sorry about that, man. Have a good one. Yeah, these trails are multi-directional, so you just have to, if they're coming up, you let them go. So that was kind of flat on both ways. I was trying to let him go, but he was trying to let me go. It's all good. It's just a fun little ride, and the bike, it's just, you know, it's not a $3,000 or $5,000 e-bike or more nowadays. It's just a budget e-bike that you buy. I think you can pick them up at Walmart online, I believe. I don't know if they sell the 29ers anymore. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while, so don't quote me on this, but this is where I got it from, both the 26er and the 29er. I know the 26ers, I believe they don't sell them anymore, because I was trying to find one, because I was going to buy one when I needed the motor and the computer. I was going to just buy the bike because they were like $300, $400 or something. I figured I can get the back wheel, the computer, and the battery, you know, just piece it and keep the good stuff. But I couldn't find them, so I just called Hyper, and they were still able to get the parts I needed, the controller and the wheel. Something was going out. I believe it was the controller, but I wasn't 100% sure. I took it to REI and they weren't sure either, so they were saying if you want to fix it, just get them both, and then, or you can get one at a time and see if it fixed it. I just got both. They're not that much. The wheel was like 100. The controller was like, I can't remember, but it wasn't 100. They're so affordable. I mean, everything I did to my 29er, I probably spent another maybe 500 bucks, maybe, if that. I mean, I tested a bunch of stuff. You just gotta keep testing. It's the only bike I had it at one time. Oh shit. But oh, that was fun. Okay, here's Middle Fork. But you know, I'm not sure what their sales are like or their business. I know the batteries, a lot of people everybody's having trouble getting batteries, which sucks, because if you can't get batteries, once the batteries are no good, these bikes are no good. So hopefully they will continue to find ways to get batteries, and I think the batteries come from China. And with all the tariffs and everything, I'm not one that's gonna bitch about tariffs, because I'm an American true and true. America first, baby. But if you're gonna get stuff from China, sometimes you gotta pay. So hopefully they can figure it out and we can all play together and continue to grow. But for right now, I'm just keeping my batteries fresh. I have the one that's in here right now. Woo! Is from the Radster, and that bike Hyper had sent to me to review, and then I ended up getting rid of the bike and I kept the battery. And then the other one I had bought a few of those full suspension bikes when I had my touring company, and then I sold a couple of them and kept one of them. Ended up breaking that one. Whew, bouncy. And then I kept the battery on that one. This trail's fun, Middle Fork. This bike's perfect for Middle Fork. Yeah, it likes it. The derailleur I just put on is very quiet. Nice shifting action for now. The derailleurs are cheap. I found little Shimano derailleurs on Amazon. Plug and play. Bolts right up. Easy. 15-minute swap. And you can see it's very quiet. The only noise is when you're not pedaling. It's got a little bit of slap, but that's only because there's no clutch, so the chain is not staying tight. But when you pedal, super quiet. Yeah, very cool bike. So yeah, please like and subscribe. We'll continue to push these little bikes because, you know, not everybody can afford $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 and $6,000, $10,000 e-bikes, and they still want to get out and have fun. This is the perfect option. I'm Tony Ferrer of VegasHyperAdventures. I'm out.